Today we're going to talk about water-fed pole brushes. There's all kinds of things, as you can see, that you can get. Feel free to drop a comment on what your favorite one is. Let us all know what you're using the most, and even rate them in order if you have time. My favorite is the All Boar's Hair brush. This one is made by XERO, sold by Window Cleaning Resource. This is my go-to every time, all day, every day. The number one issue with this is it's made out of boar's hair, so the fibers are natural and they can fall out. Over time, they get worn down, and eventually, it's half the man it used to be. This one was made by Tucker. This one's made by XERO. From brand to brand, there's very little difference. I've had about the same lifespan with either brush. There might be slightly more hairs on here, but it lasts about the same, so it's very nuanced. The main difference is price. XERO for the win there. I believe it's $99. This is the 12-inch, and it comes, I have it with whatever the System XERO recently came out with a little quick connect here. Makes it so that it pops right off. Not as easy as I'd like, but it doesn't come off, so that's great. So I prefer this one with the rinse bar and with the swivel action, which this one doesn't have right now. I'm in between equipment right now, but this is the swivel. So again, that's my favorite. The boar's hair, any brand will do, but I love the XERO. I'll drop a link for you in the description. And then we have combination of artificial fiber with boar's hair in the middle, hybrid, you could say. They make it with the artificial on the outside or on the inside. You can choose. This one's a little dirty, pardon the mess. But so I like this for maintenance cleans. It lasts a lot longer because you only have the boar's hair right here in the middle. You get a decent amount of scrubbing action and it doesn't fade off as quickly. So this one is over, it's like 2 years old now. This is almost brand new. These will last me 3 to 6 months depending on how much I'm using them and how aggressive I'm getting with it. Then you have, this is a really old brush. They don't even make them anymore. This fully artificial. I never use fully artificial brushes. That's why I don't even have anything on here to put onto a pole. Fully artificial bristles, only the tip of the bristle actually does scrubbing work. And so only what's touching the glass directly will actually scrub. And so it makes it a little easier to rinse. So it would work for a very frequent cleaning. If you were, say, cleaning quarterly or every 6 months, then it would work. I just still don't see much of an advantage over something with some boar's hair in it. So that's why I use this for maintenance cleans. This, if it's a first time or if it's been a year or longer, and I can still do water fed in those situations, then I'll do that. And then after that, we have scrubbing brushes or scrubbing pads. This is just I'll drop a link in the description for both of these. But I love using this one for a harder to scrub grime. If I'm in a pinch and there's something like hard water stains, then there's two things you can do. One, you can soak this in a little bit of a liquid, like just something that's not as extreme or severe, like a lighter toilet bowl cleaner, something acidic that's not too aggressive. You can put some of that on here and scrub with it and then give it a good rinse. It comes automatically with a swivel on it and with the rinse bar. It's fantastic, does a really good job in those situations. The one caveat with this one is it's not easy to scrub frames with it. It doesn't work very well at all for frames. So I use this sometimes for a first time clean if it's really dirty, and especially if it's high up windows that are hard for me to get and I don't want to climb the ladder. Sometimes they're kind of difficult situations to reach. You know, if you have clay tiles on the roof and they don't want you to walk on the roof, then this makes them feel happier, and I don't have to worry about breaking tiles. Not that I have ever done that, but yeah, everybody has if they've been on roofs enough. All that said, this is one of my new favorites, the Big Scrubber. Really complex name there. This is fantastic for doing commercial stuff. I've done a whole video about this. I can do another video about anything else here, but I think this is pretty comprehensive enough. I want to keep it short, sweet, to the point. These pads come off so you can change them. If you're having a pad in these, they can retain a lot of moisture, so it gets very heavy, a little harder to use and maneuver at heights. So with that being said, it's primarily focused to be used on like commercial work or storefronts when you don't have a lot of recessed frames that you have to worry about. And you can do it over the front of the frame. You can clean this fine. Has great swivel action, probably best swivel action of any brush I've ever used because it goes up and down and it goes left and right. And so this is fantastic. I'm on a house here where I can use it and it works fantastic here because these windows are probably cleaned about 1.5 years ago. Somebody just bought it and they're having it cleaned, but there's no screens around these frames here. And so I can reach everything and scrub it really great with this pad that I have on it. You can also attach something like the walnut pads on here for an extra scrub. So this is my favorite for just big sheets of glass. It scrubs while it's rinsing, and so it makes the rinse really fast. When they're well-maintained windows and clean quarterly or more, then you literally just up and down one time while it's rinsing. You just do one final rinse, and it's the fastest way to do big sheets of glass. So with that being said, these are my two favorites. The hybrid is my other thing, and I love having the rinse bar. I'll link that as well. Swivel action is very helpful for when you're trying to reach something from an awkward angle. So if you have any questions about which brush you should use, I'll go ahead and drop a link to all of these, or at least my favorite ones, in the description. Feel free to drop a comment on what your favorite one is. Let us all know what you're using the most, and even rate them in order if you have time. So let's all learn from each other and keep growing. I'll see you guys in the next video.